Alright, after doing a 10-hour shift, this is what I come back to. After being gone and not being able to consistently stream and having to go back into work, this is what I come back to. Alright, fuck it. We're gonna send it. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? It's Dom here. Again, sorry about the lack of patch notes for the past couple weeks or so. Getting back into my work schedule and the move, and between everything else, I've been absolutely exhausted and tired. So I apologize that I haven't been able to get as much content out on YouTube, and I'm trying to get the last Map Bites League match that I shoutcasted for out. It wasn't on stream, so I'll try to get that out onto YouTube as soon as possible. So I apologize for the delay. Mm. Yeah, there's a lot going on, a lot of moving cogs. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So, but we got my main man Minto right here coming in with the patch notes from yesterday. Y'all can't see it, but it's currently 12:38 in the morning here where I'm at on the wonderful East Coast here in the city of Baltimore. Um, and I've got work in like 6, 7 hours. So, yay me. So, here we go. There's a lot of shit to cover here. There's a lot of shit to cover. Alright, so this is going to be a longer video than normal. So if you were not able to catch the stream, here you go. I'm going to be covering every single thing one by one, bit by bit. So, here we go. Last week to this week, the T42 US Tier 8 medium with or without Randy Macho Man Savage is going to be included into the game. WWE 3D Commanders will be coming in, which the ones that were all featured originally during the WWE event were Becky Lynch, The Undertaker, Stone Cold, and Sergeant Slaughter. But now they will be 3D Commanders, and Macho Man Randy Savage himself will be included. The SummerSlam key cards are going to include Roman Reigns, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Rowdy Roddy Piper, along with the 5 WWE tanks and WWE emblems. +1, -1 matchmaking all weekend. It is live right now. So if you're trying to grind a tank, this is your chance to do it. 100% go. Go grind your tanks now. We don't know when the next time we're going to get +1, -1 back. So get it now. The Hawk 30 Earn Challenge will be through the end of the weekend. The IS-4 has seen its improvements set up. Now, it's only been a couple of days since the IS-4 buffs have officially gone live. So, these are the current stats that they have. The IS-4 line balance updates, mostly accuracy improvements, and a few armor improvements, along with the KV-3, the KV-4, the STI, and the IS-4. Again, about a 4 times increase in daily battles. The steady win rate of the IS-4 has been increased to 51.7%. The damage has been increased from 1499, or from a minimum of 1499 to 2163. Damage blocked has been anywhere between 1618 to 1915 with the armor buff. The accuracy overall has been increased between 75 to 79%, and there's an on-track event for it through the 30th. So, overall, the buffs for the IS-4 were, in my opinion, kind of, they're kind of meh. Um, well, I mean, I can't really say that. I can't really say that. The IS-4 severely needed love, and it got a lot of love. It got a lot of love, but I still think that it's still a little bit lacking overall. It's been lacking a little bit overall. I think, honestly, the winner out of all 4 of these tanks has to be the KV-4. KV-4 got, if you haven't seen, has gotten massive gun buffs on all of its major guns. It got turret armor buffs. It just got a hell of a lot of buffs. The KV-3 got kind of like a miniature version buff of the KV-4. It's not nearly as good, but it's at least a little bit better than it used to be. The STI is overall fairly solid. It's still a little bit painful to play, but not too bad. And the IS-4, it's a good start. I need to see more info and take a look at the Mark of Excellence as we see over the course of the next 30 days to determine whether or not it's going to be worth it to get. So, next week, we have the new season of Arms Race, which will include the T-55A German Tier 9 medium, earnable in the free pass, plus 2 other tanks. The Object 934 Escalation Light and Skin, plus 2 other tanks are in the Season Pass. And the Ultimate Season Pass will include the T-72 M1 Escalation Heavy with Skin and Phantom of Falun 3D Commander. I've seen a lot of talk about these tanks. I know a lot of people are very excited about the T-55A to come into World War II. It's been a while since we've gotten something really good come to World War II, because Wargames low-key been kind of focusing a little too much on Cold War. So I know the T-55A has been a fan favorite to come to World War II, so y'all can finally be happy about that. So and by the way, that's in the earnable free pass. I want to point out. The Object 934 is going to be in the Season Pass, the one that you have to buy. So I'm really hoping that if you just buy the basic pass, like the 2K Gold Pass, you're going to get the 934 and you don't have to buy the Ultimate. Like, you can buy the Ultimate and get the T-72, but I just don't want to be spending uber mega money, like, trying to get this tank. We also have the Cold War Eastern Lights coming in. In this, we've got the BMP-3 Dedente Light, the BMP-2, the BMP-1. We also have the Object 120 TD, the Object 268-56 TD, the PT-76 Post-War Light, and the SU-122-54-56 Post-War TD. The developer interview is here if you guys would like to go click that and check a look at it. Legendary Tanks Reforged, a blitzkrieg of balance changes in World War II, over 70 tanks, anywhere between Tier 8 to 10. Tanks Reforged will continue every 2 weeks after this. And I don't know if this is including the tanks that we've already gone over. That's what I'm concerned about. They didn't, as far as I know, they haven't stated whether or not the tanks that we've already seen buffed are part of that 70, or we're getting 70 more, right? Because we got to think about it this way. If the tanks that we already buffed are included in this, right, then we've got the 4 from the Russian medium line, plus technically the 3 from the Russian medium line, plus the T-22, right? So there's 4. Then we have the Mouse line, which is the Mouse, the Maushin, the VK-100, the VK-168, and the Mauerbrecher, right? So that's 9 right there. With the IS-4 line, we saw the IS-4, the STI, the KV-4, the KV-3, the Verzilla, and the Verzilla's non-skinned version. They're all online. You can look them up. But that's a total of roughly 15 tanks. So, if that is included in that 70, that means that we're only going to get to see 55 more tanks be balanced. But if those 15 are not included in that, that means that we're actually going to see 85 over the course of this entire Reforged series, which, personally, I'm a big fan of. Y'all know that have come to my streams. Y'all know how much I loved the Valor season. Valor is the best update we've ever had. And the fact that we don't have a sponsored season this season, number one, is a good start. Is a phenomenal start. This means that we don't have to shell out mega uber bucks for pretty much anything, right? I mean, yeah, you can shell out bucks for like the Ultimate Season Pass and all the bonus bullshit and all the extra tanks. No, fuck all that. What I'm saying is, we don't got to worry about everything being omega overpriced like we've been experiencing since the WWE update. It's not sponsored, so we can actually just kind of sit back and just let Wargaming do their job. I hope. So, don't know how it's going to work, but basically, we'll see how it goes. The World War II RNG change result charts are here. I'm not going to click this because it is a fairly large set of charts, but basically the average damage per shot and penetrating shots is increased. However, the survivability of heavy tanks was decreased due to the change. Thanks for the feedback. As of Tuesday, we'll be moving to plus 20%, minus 20% for both damage and penetration. However, fire chance will stay at a base 25% unless stated otherwise. And the Tank Commander event will officially be done and over with. I myself may end up playing a little bit of Tank Commander mode on Monday when I don't have work, so just to experience it one last time. I enjoy the game mode. I think that it definitely could have used a little bit more oomph, and that there definitely could have been. It had so much potential. I think it was just a little bit wasted with how many people just kind of played it 1 to 2 games and then wrote it off. It wasn't terrible. I just wish that it was a little bit easier for controller players to use. You know what I'm saying? So overall, it is what it is. The works in progress about though no ETA was stated. Week of the 31st of August 2021, Tanks Reforged returns with changes to the Japanese Type 5 heavy tank line. All of you big beefy boys, y'all got the mouse, the IS-4, and now the Type 5 heavy? That's kind of pog. That's kind of pog. So, overall, I don't know what they'll change. You know what? I think that is the question of the day. The question of the day, and what I will probably end up putting as the thumbnail, is what would you buff or nerf on the Type 5 Heavy? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm doing the question now, so that way those of you halfway through will actually go and answer the damn thing. Please help your boy out. Put a comment down below to help the algorithm. It would be much appreciated. Much love. The Mercenary Urn Challenge for the Deadbolt and Thunderbot T2D Commander will be available. And, surprisingly enough, the T95 FV4201 UK Tier 10 Heavy will be available. That's the Unskinned Valor. Very interested to see how that works. There will also be Great Tank Pursuit with tons of prizes and tanks. Tons of World War II tank skins are in the bank. We would like more suggestions though. Interesting to see. We're going to see 3D G.I. Joe Commanders recruitable. The G.I. Joe Commanders will be recruitable until August 31st. Clan features are still too far off to talk about at this time. Shame, but it's whatever. Pirates. Obviously not the season after today's stream, but Pirates. What do you think of my pirate voice? After all the leaks on Twitter and everything, honestly, I thought the majority of the pirate portraits were, I'm not going to lie, they look kind of poorly done. I mean, there are way better portraits that I've seen from older seasons that just look, in my opinion, so much better than what was leaked. Now, if those are only rough drafts and they get polished up, I think they have potential. But if they're just left the way that they are right now, a little rough. Alright, so this is a special area that I'm going to be reading about here. So this was community questions that were asked and answered either on the forums, on Discord, on Reddit, on Twitter, or on Instagram. And I'm going to go through all of them because I know a lot of you guys are actually very, very interested in this. So FB Prime asked, will the console see the introduction of 30v30 game modes, such as what PC has with Frontlines and Grand Battles? They responded with, at this time, it isn't in our priorities. We are considering it, but we haven't made a decision yet. I'm actually kind of interested. I would like to see 30v30. The only problem that I have is, number one, I don't know if we have an available player base to consistently do that every day, running 24/7. The other problem is the majority of the maps that we have can't handle that. The only maps that would be big enough to handle that would be the Cold War maps. and Halfaya Pass. Well, reinstated OG Scorpion Pass, now known as Halfaya Pass. Those are the only maps that would be big enough. You try to fit 60 players on Highway, let's be real, it's going to be a shit show. You can't do that. Hell no. So, it's kind of whatever. Sir Lancelot asked, are we considering increasing or making it possible to increase the size of the game text? Yes, we are looking into a way of introducing a way for players to customize their experience. Thank you. It is so hard to read shit sometimes because the text is so goddamn fucking small. Oh my god, I feel like my parents need to get readers. Hawkeys, I think. I'm going to just stop saying names. Said, will this new update add new achievements/trophies? If not, are there any plans to add new achievements/trophies anywhere in the future? And they answered, yes, we are working on these. We can only do so many at once, though. Makes sense. Like any other game, you kind of have to run by everything so that way the coding's set up to where you get the achievement. You got to run it through Sony or Microsoft, get it cleared, blah, 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 blah. Typical licensing shit to make sure that the trophy is a legit thing. So, hopefully, we'll like to see that in the future. On the Discord, someone asked, will update 7.1.1 include updates and fixes for the spectator HUD? And unfortunately, to all my comp fans and players, no. Not in this update, but we are nearly there now. So, we're not probably going to see it this coming season. However, we will hopefully see it in the season afterwards, because they're saying that it is very, very close. And I would really love to see an updated and renewed spectator HUD. It would make my life as a shoutcaster so much easier. So I'm glad to know that they're actually really hardcore working on that, because that's a really big thing in the community. So, will there be any more sponsored seasons, or will the rest be normal? This is where I got my answer from earlier. There are no licensed seasons planned for the immediate future, and we understand players want us to focus on a classic WoT console experience. My main man, Vemto. Oh, my main man! Coming in, hitting me with the let's go. So I'm very excited for that. I am very, very excited for that, because this is hopefully going to bring us back to a hopefully Valor update. At worst, we'll end up back towards a mercenary update. Don't know if that's good or bad. Hopefully we'll hit a Valor update. If we have nothing but what happened during the Valor update, we have a solid season pass. We have a really good season pass. Free season pass, I want to add. If we have a really good free season pass, we have a phenomenal 2K Gold season pass, and the events over the course of the season are good, I'm okay with that. I just don't need any of the extra bullshit. I just want bug fixes. I want buffs and nerfs. I'm a simplistic man. And for the last time, Wargaming, please, nerf Artie. Next up on the list, any plans to implement the auto reloading compensation mechanic for the Italian heavy tanks? No, there are no plans for this at this time. Pain God already stated this. They can't do the mechanic simply because the coding is too difficult to try and do it from PC to console, because they would have to completely rewrite the code, so they left the fucking code out and said, fuck it, without buffing the damn reload to start with. Fuck. I still hate that answer. Why introduce it if you can't fucking do it? Makes no sense. What are your favorite changes coming in 7.1.1? I believe this was asked to Minto, and he said balances and RNG. And the last one from the Discord was, any news for World War II commander and voice customization? And Minto responded, not in this update, but this will return for 2D and be introduced for 3D commanders really soon. So I'm really excited for that. So it's not going to be in this coming season, at least at the beginning of the season, but we are going to see it later on. So we may be able to customize, change our portraits again, change the names on our commanders. I would love to do that. That would make my life so much better. I would love that. Now we're on to the Reddit section. Will there be any balancing to matchmaking / light tanks, especially Cold War? Era 1 and 2 are overrun with light tanks. They responded, at this time, no. We will continue to monitor. It should improve with more tank lines introduced in the near future. We're also looking into a matchmaker improvement which should help with class parity. Just do what World War II does. Cap the light tanks out. There you go. Problem solved. Just cap your light tanks out. Cap it for like 3 per team. Like you do in World War II. Simple enough. Will there be any adjustments to the tech tree UI? Not in this update, but we are returning to a horizontal tech tree, close to having this finished now. Thank you. I am very excited for that. Very, very excited for that. The current tech tree, ass, garbage, trash, F tier, along with all artillery mains. I hate all of you. Pretty good. I'm happy about this. Very, very happy. What are the timelines for the green thub and muffled shot fix? Perhaps a question for Max Chaos. Minto responded, this has been identified as a bug and is being investigated. We will update you as soon as we are able to. I did not know that this bug existed. I haven't seen anything about it on Twitter. I didn't actually see anything about it on the forums, though I may have missed that article. So I apologize. So I don't know what's going on. Here we have, with the new season incoming, will we see a major artillery balance? And they responded, this is where might get mad. There are SPGs which are balanced in the balancing initiative, but not a whole-scale balance of the class. This is being discussed, though, but at this time it is just discussion. We talked about a few ideas being talked about, but nothing is concrete at this time. So yet again, they're going to beat around the bush, and more players are going to get mad because we're getting one shot by our artillery HE, or losing half our HP on a shell that fucking missed me completely from 5 meters away, and it still does 800 fucking damage. Why, Wargaming? Why do you fucking do this to players? If you manage to nail an AP shell, you deserve the fucking damage. Because you can also still bounce. You can hide behind buildings as a heavy, but you can't hide from splash, bitch. And last but not least, from the Instagram section, what is the plan for World of Tanks until the end of the year? They said there are many major points. UK Cold War line, experimentation with multi-turret tanks, and we're going to get a brand new set of black tanks to be introduced. These were mentioned in the stream. Now, they didn't. Now, none of those are said on here, but I'm very excited to see that. And then, any buffs or nerfs to premium tanks in the foreseeable future? And they did respond, yes, premium tanks are on the balancing list. Now, this gives me at the same time gives me hope and despair. And here's why. When they said premium tanks, I think what they mean is tier 8s and tier 9s. I really desperately think that the Valor still needs a nerf. It completely it power crept the Super Conk. One of the most busted tanks in the entirety of the game. And the Valor just, whoop, power crept it. Yeah, the Super Conk's got better DPM, but the Valor's way fucking better hold down. So, I would like to see a Valor nerf. What I would nerf on it, I don't really know. Because I don't want to take too much away from it to where it's useless, but I still want it to have its nice, gun depression, hold down, niche, but without being able to solo pretty much every tank in the game. You know what I mean? So, and on all other images shown can be found here. I'm not going to go into those right now. Along with this, the next stream is going to be available on Monday, which will be 7.1.1 gameplay and a balancing preview plus a giveaway. And on Friday, 27th of August, you will see a community update with Pain God with a new tank first look and giveaway available. So overall, there is a lot of stuff in these patch notes. There's a lot. There is a lot of stuff to go into these patch notes. It's very, very rough. So I'm very interested to see how everything works. So, but overall, I actually think that these patch notes are good. I actually cringed way less than I was expecting to. So, this was nice to be able to come home to and actually be able to record this. So, yeah, really, really interested and really, really happy about this. So, but again, let me know what you guys think overall of the patch notes as a whole. And again, the question of the day is going to be, what would you buff on the Type 5 Heavy and or the rest of its line? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you guys are. And as always, good hunting. I'll see you guys next time.